Cleanup continues in the tsunami-affected areas of Japan, and for survivors, life does go on, but you might be surprised how. A year ago, fire and water changed Kesennuma, Japan. A year later, the crumpled buildings are mostly gone, but a giant ship still sits on the land side of the highway, a crushed car underneath. Signs of reconstruction in this town unnoticeable to me, but life does go on. In Kesennuma and other tsunami-affected areas, you'll find these. People live in them, others work in them. In order to get businesses up and running as quickly as possible, the local government put up these temporary buildings. There are all kinds of merchants here, a salon, a barber, clothing, restaurant, and they can operate here for 3 years. They're essentially shipping containers retrofitted. A collection is placed together to make a makeshift food court. This one in Ofunato. This woman's shoreside restaurant and home were swept away. She set up shop here in November to serve up oden, a Japanese winter dish. The locals appreciate the warm food and company. Setsuko Abe lives with her husband and adult daughter in this temporary housing facility in Minami Sanriku. The one-bedroom, one-bath with a living room and kitchen is about the size of a 2-car garage. A couple of friends fill up the space quickly. She wants a real home someday, but she prefers this tight fit to the evacuation center where she lived immediately after the tsunami. Here, she can have company when she wants it. There's a common room where she makes these little dolls. More on that another time. Yeah, Setsuko Abe makes this little, they're called Hime Daruma dolls, and I bought a couple of them. They're part of a relief effort for an organization here called I Love Japan, IAI, which is the Japanese word for love. So it's kind of interesting that the people, I think, who have the ability, have some kind of purpose and mission, have a job to go back to, they're doing much, much better than those who, you know, have lost their life, their way of living.
Yeah. And the thing that struck me was that how many victims there were, and then there's still thousands that are just unaccounted for. So how do you ever move on from that?
Well, you know what I told you last weekend about a woman that I met in the Ryokan, which is
she keeps going back?
Yeah, she, her daughter was going to a university in this little village outside of Ofunato, and she is unaccounted for. Her body was never found, and the mother used to go back at least once a month to check to see whether or not she could find the body, and could not. And now she just goes back because I think she just feels like it's good to be close to the area where her daughter was last, and also that she enjoyed her life there. She wanted to be a marine biologist. And so her mother is like kind of learning the way she lived, and she enjoys it. But it's a sad story. She was, you know, she seemed happy enough. I mean, it wasn't as if she was completely downtrodden, but, you know, lots and lots of stories there. It's amazing.
Yeah.